Ito ang mainit na balita at trending ngayon sa mundo ng social media. Malaking negosyo ng Maka Duterte, pinalayas na, bato, kinaltukan at may matinding isiniwalat matapos isampal ni Congressman Acop at ng Kongreso ang kanilang resulta ng investigasyon. Ang mga Duterte ay sentro ng malawakang sindikato sa ating bansa kasama ang mga Chinese cartel at mga pro-China na senador. Abay napaso at nagdrama itong si Bato nang sabihin niya sa Kongreso na kahit humarap siya sa simbahan ng Diyos at mga santo na wala daw siyang kinalaman at malinis di umano ang kanyang budhi. Kaya naman kinaltukan ni attorney ang pag-iinarte ni Bato.
Ang dami mong drama. Kung hindi ka naniniwala sa konklusyon ng Quadcom, mag-present ka ng sagot mo. Mag-present kayo ng ebidensya nyo kontra sa mga findings ng Quadcom. Ang problema kasi sa iyo, Bato de la Rosa, hindi ka umaattend. Ayaw nyong sumagot. Tapos ngayon na mayroon ng findings ng Quadcom, sasabihin nyo mali ang findings ng Quadcom. Samantalang tambak ang ebidensya. Tambak ang testigo. At hindi hearsay yun. Hindi sabi-sabi. Kasi nandun yung mga mismong nakakaalam ng totoong pangyayari. Hindi yung ang dami mong drama, ang dami mong chat tricks. Galit kasi si Bato kasi bakit naman daw ganun ang findings ng Quadcom na ang sumulat pa ay si Congressman Acop. Nakailang hearings yan, 13 yatang hearings yan. At lahat ng mga ebidensya, testigo ay priniset sa taong bayan. May pagkakataon kayo na i-counter ang mga testigo at ebidensya na yan. Anong ginawa nyo? Hindi ka sumipot, Bato de la Rosa. Ang daming palusot. Tapos ngayon na mayroon ng findings ang Quadcom at ang sumulat ay si Congressman Acop. Galit siya kay Congressman Acop. Ang pagkatao, ang integridad ni Congressman Acop, ang galing, ang record, ang eksperyensya, ang talino ni Congressman Acop ay ang layo sa iyo, Bato. Ikaw, Bato, naging police officer ka ba? Nakagalang-galang? Oh, diba? Tama naman si Congressman Acop eh. Naging senador ka lang dahil kay Duterte, kay Digong. Nung presidente si Duterte, brinaso niya ang mga mayor, brinaso niya ang mga politiko. Kasi siyempre, presidente ng Pilipinas. Ngayon, wala na. Kaya sabi ni Congressman Acop, nabudol ninyo ang mamamayang Pilipino. Pinalalabas nila na sila ay kontra sa droga. Pinalalabas nila na sila ay kontra sa mga sindikato. Sila pala ang sindikato. Sila pala ang nag-ooperate ng illegal na droga. Mambubudol sila Digong at Bato. Si Duterte ang pinaka-hip mastermind ng pinakamalaking criminal syndicate sa buong Pilipinas. Imagine niyo yan.
Samantala, matapos ang ilang taon na pamamayagpag sa isang tinuturing na salot ng bayan, ang suportado at pinagtatanggol ng mga Duterte na pogo, abay heto at tinuluyan ng pinalayas at isinara ang huling pogo sa Pilipinas sa utos na din ng ating Pangulo.
Maririnig nyo, makikita nyo po, pagtutulungan po namin, after January 1, you will see ang powerful po ng gobyerno laban sa ganito. We may make sure, matutupad po yung pangako ng presidente natin na wala pong pogo by January 1.
Gusto ko lang pong sabihin unang-una, Mr. Speaker, the time of reckoning has come. Kung iniisip po natin na magagawa mo ang gusto mong gawin, na hindi mo sinusunod ang saligang batas, dahil nasa kapangyarihan ka, nais kong sabihin, Mr. Speaker, na matatapos din ang mga bagay na yan at ikaw ay hatulan ng taong bayan. Ito pong House of Representatives ay ang bahay po ng taong bayan. Sapagkat tayong lahat ay inelect ng taong bayan upang tayo ay magbusisi ng lahat ng katiwalaang nangyayari sa ating pamahalaan. Inuulit ko po, Mr. Speaker, kakampi ako ng dating administrasyon kapag pinag-uusapan po ang pag-alis ng droga sa ating bansa. Sinabi ko po ito sa ating dating Pangulo. Ang hindi ko lang maintindihan kung bakit kinakailangan merong mapatay na more than 30,000 people upang mawala ang drugs na ito. Nawala ba ang drugs? Hindi. Nandun pa rin, Mr. Speaker. Indeed, there is a season for everything and a time for every purpose under the heaven, as made clear by the Lord in chapter 3 of the book of Ecclesiastes. This is the most opportune time for the Joint Committee on Dangerous Drugs, Public Order and Safety, Public Accounts, and the Committee on Human Rights to present to you a progress report on our inquiry in aid of legislation. After 13 rigorous and thorough hearings of the so-called Quad Committee, we are confident that we have gathered substantial findings backed by competent evidence to make the requisite recommendations to this legislative body and to the appropriate government agencies for appropriate and decisive action. There was systematic violation of human rights and blatant disregard of due process. The deep probe into the extrajudicial killings, or AGKs, that occurred during the administration of former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte's war on drugs yielded a far deeper tragedy into the lives of the Filipino people rather than the protection and preservation thereof that it was heralded to accomplish. Mr. Speaker and my dear colleagues, was the war on drugs truly aimed at dismantling the drug syndicates and put an end to this illegal and immoral trade? Or was it an all-out assault on the poor and vulnerable to cover up the former? Gusto ba talaga nitong durugin ang mga drug lords at ang illegal drug industry? O durugin lamang ang mga mahihirap upang pagtakpan ang mga may kinalaman o kaugnayan sa problemang ito? Clearly, the war on drugs, while touted as the formidable solution to the country's drug menace, had resulted in the systematic violation of our constitutional rights to life, human dignity, and due process. Ang sagradong buhay na tanging bigay ng buong may kapal ay hindi kailanman dapat pawiin ng sinuman. But the war on drugs resonated a policy of kill, as the former president has always said, shoot them dead. The role of leadership in a culture of impunity. How did we get here? Paano ito nangyari? One cannot look at all the evidence and not come to this credible and undeniable conclusion that former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte's public pronouncements encouraged, facilitated, and normalized the killings and emboldened some of our policemen who are supposed to be the protectors of the people to carry out the same. His release of unverified narco lists further exacerbated the violence as individuals were targeted based on flawed, inconsistent, and malicious information. Isa sa mga biktima nito, si former Iloilo City Mayor Jed Patrick Mabilog. In 2014, then Mayor Mabilog was named as I quote, top 5 best and outstanding mayors in the world. In the 2014 World Mayor Awards, mula sa short list ng best mayors in the world na isama sa drug list ni Pangulong Duterte, nasira ang pangalan ni Mayor Mabilog. He was forced to relocate himself and his family to a foreign land, and he was threatened with death, all because of unverified, unreliable lists. We discovered, Mr. Speaker and my dear colleagues, that the previous administration's war on drugs was fueled by a perverse reward system that incentivized extrajudicial killings under what we now know as the Davao model. Ano ang Davao model? Under this system, police officers were given monetary rewards for killing drug suspects, transforming the duty of law enforcement from a system driven by justice into a system driven by bounties. Testimonies from Police Lieutenant Colonel Jovi Espinido, Police Colonel Ruyima Garma, and other officials confirmed the existence of this system. Malinaw ang testimonya nila. Salapi ng sagradong buhay, Mr. Speaker. In a civilized society that upholds the rule of law and due process, there is no rhyme or reason for such diabolical attacks on the sanctity of life on every human being. But it was President Duterte himself who provided the legal cover for those killings. The narrative of nanlaban or fought back became the legal justification for these operations, as PRRD himself encouraged officers to provoke suspects into resisting arrest, which was he admitted in one of the hearings conducted, providing legal cover for the use of lethal force. That's the reason why I even asked the question to our former president, was your policy a personal policy or was it based upon the Constitution? There was a grand conspiracy. In the course of our hearings, we exposed disturbing cases where killings were carried out for monetary rewards or as part of orchestrated operations. First, the 3 Chinese nationals and convicted drug lords Chu Kin-tung, Li Lanyang, and Wong Mengpin were killed under orders for a payment of 1 million pesos per person. During our hearings, person deprived of liberty, Leopoldo Tan, testified that former President Duterte personally congratulated officials involved, saying, and I quote, "Congrats, Superintendent Padilla, job well done." Pero grabe yung ginawang dinuguan.